backcourt. I don't think it was the most comfortable one, but I thought good defense down the stretch.
Final score 117-115. As Big Game said, a fun, entertaining game. Loved watching it. Lakers are 7-3 through 10 games this season. LeBron led the way with 28 points. Zach LaVine, 38 for the Bulls. Montrez, 17 and 14. Schroeder with 17. Let's hear from Frank Vogel. He's speaking with Mike in the media.
Hey, Frank, how much credit do you get for that brilliant game-ending play when Schroeder was fast?
Well, that's one of the areas we want to get the ball in is we can throw it in the backcourt. With all that space, Bron's obviously a great passer in that situation, and Dennis has the speed to do that. But we have defined spaces where we want to put guys in that type of action to get it in.
What do you think was the biggest difference tonight, Frank?
I think a lot of guys contributed. I think it was a team win. It was far from perfect, obviously. Our defense was, obviously missed AD, probably more on the defensive end even than the offensive end. But we competed. We grinded through it. Zach LaVine obviously started the game, and Kobe White super hot. And we just had a lot of guys, contribute. I thought Alex and Talon off the bench were really good. Duds gives us a big stretch right there. We were contributing with some, we're struggling with some coverages. Kuz knocked down a couple of threes. Keith hit a big three late. Trez obviously was terrific. Bron carried a big load. He and Dennis worked together well in the pick and roll. And Wes got real hot too. In that third quarter, I think he had 4 threes, maybe all in that third. So I think we just, we hung in there. It was we weren't playing our best basketball, second night back to back, but we hung in there, competed, and grinded it out.
Kyle?
Yeah, Frank, you mentioned the back-to-back contributed. Where do you think that maybe, I don't know if the word you used would be fatigue, but where do you think maybe some of those legs of the back-to-back showed up in the game today, and how do you feel like, what were the ways that you felt like guys grinded or sort of competed, especially in the fourth quarter?
Honestly, really all the ways I just said. I went through the list of our roster of all the ways our guys contributed, but our competitive spirit and will to win a basketball game, was at a high level. Obviously we were 2-3 at home coming into the game. We want to have a winning record at home, obviously, and we just grinded out the game.
Bill?
Hey Frank, it was obviously a different starting lineup with Markieff and Wesley. Just how did you get there, and what kind of inspired that change, and what do you think of it?
Yeah, just managing the roster. I mean, the Wes Matthews matchup was about him being in the Bulls division the last 2 years and getting a lot of reps guarding Zach in the familiarity piece. There's some analytics, based on him doing a good job on Zach, and with Keith, it was called minutes in the roster. He's been a little bit shortchanged with minutes and hasn't really had a chance to blow it out and get some big run. And obviously he was a huge contributor for us last year in a championship run. So with AD out, it's an opportunity to just get him some extended minutes, because he's someone we believe in, and he had a great performance tonight.
Dave?
Frank, Trez said the other day that you guys just have a free-flowing offense, and everybody's allowed to play their game, play to their strengths, and we're seeing that attitude kind of manifest itself. He had that play late where he put the ball on the floor, finished with contact. Obviously, his numbers have been strong. How much of that approach that you guys have do you feel like is opening up levels to his game that maybe you guys didn't even know when you pursued him as a free agent? And can you speak to his characterization of your guys' offense and system being free-flowing?
Well, we play with a lot of randomness, and we empower our point guard on the floor, whether it's Bron or Dennis or Alex, to call the action, with my ability to, put guys in spots when needed. But we empower our group to play with good offensive concepts, as much as anything. The spacing, the screening angles that we want to execute, knowing each other's strengths, whether it's playing through Mark at the top of the key and delay, and knowing that when he has the ball, we're speed cutting all over the place, or if we're going to play in the pick and roll game with Trez, he has that ability to roll the basket or throw it back and punch it into him in the post. We're just learning each other, and that's part of the randomness, that we want. And guys have seemed to, are getting more comfortable each game in that type of system.
Hello and welcome to Access Sportsnet. Lakers driven by your Southern California Honda dealers, Chris McGee, James Worthy, Robert Ory. We've got Allie Clifton over here. You'll hear from her soon. We got Brez and Trudell working the locker room. Guys, the Lakers get back to 500 at Staples Center. They get the win over the Chicago Bulls. Was an easy big game, but they shot 51% from the field, 41% from three, and scored 117 points and won by 2. Fun game, entertaining game, as long as you win.
I actually enjoyed watching the entire game. It was a fun game to watch. You knew on a back-to-back game that the Lakers were going to be challenged without AD, and Rob said it in the pregame show. He said it was going to take a very good bench tonight, and that's what they came up with. Chicago, young, their young team playing hard. They got a lot to prove. They came in here and played well, but I thought the bench, I thought the defense in spurts was really well, and I know Rob is going to talk about Montrezl Harrell, so I'll save that for him.
He's got a big old smile on his face, doesn't he?
That's his boy.
Hold on, that was your
man.
That was your pick.
Yeah, it's amazing how when you use a guy, what they can do. Montrez is one of those type of guys. He's just a gritty, grimy guy who's going to score points in the paint, gets offensive rebounds, and I'm going to use James where he's just like to muck up stuff. And when he's doing that, he's really efficient. If you look at what he does in the paint, he never jumps that high unless he's trying to dunk. But he does a little quick jump shot that goes in that nobody can stop. So I'm happy for him tonight.
Seals,
I need to see more
he
of
gets
this.
position. Who was your take your shot for the people in the back?
I had Dennis.
Oh, I thought you had Montrezl Harrell.
Didn't you have Montrez?
Nah.
Who had Trez?
Crusoe.
No one had Trez?
No, I had Trez.
We took
Man,
him.
I should have taken Trez, man.
I can't be like Allie and pick the same guy all the
I
time.
thought for sure you took him. All right, let's hear from Trez. He's with Mike Trudell. I thought for sure you took him.
Hey, Montrez, how about that play call to just get Dennis Schroeder the ball and let him run around to kill the clock there? What you think of that final play, man?
Hey, when you got a play that moves that fast and, with such a high speed and velocity that Dennis moves at, and you could just, kill the clock without even have to, really shoot free throws or any, mishaps coming to the game, man. Hey, we'll take it.
Hey, no Anthony Davis tonight, and you were really eating inside, especially in the second half. What was your mindset coming into this one, Montrez, against the Bulls?
Just playing hard, man. Same thing my mindset is every night. Trying to make the game as easy as I can for my teammates. And definitely just standing around the rim on the offensive glass. On the defensive presence, man, they hit a lot of shots tonight, man. Some tough ones, some we had defensive breakdown coverages and things like that, but I feel like they hit a lot of tough shots tonight. But, we hung in there, we fought all the way to the end, and we came out with a big-time win. We didn't want to come on and lose 2 in a row, so we definitely just toned in the way we wanted to do and came out with a win.
Hey, you guys haven't had a lot of possession-by-possession crunch time games so far this season. What's it like being on the court with LeBron? Obviously one of the best to ever do it in that situation. What did you see from him down the stretch?
He's a winner, man, a closer. A guy who knows how to play this game, and he knows, almost. I'm not even gonna say almost. I feel like he knows everything and everywhere everyone's supposed to be, both offensively and defensively. So he's definitely gonna go down as one of his game's greats. And when you're on the floor with somebody like that, you can't help but feed off the energy and all the tenacity and the different things, charisma that he brings to the game, man. So. He's our leader. We was down a leader today in AD, man, but Brian did a great job, came out here and led us, and we got to win.
All right, last thing for you. You're somebody that's always thrived off the crowd. How do you still find a way to bring that energy and give your team a lift off the bench when you can't look up there and get the response to the screams that you have after a rebound or a putback or whatever?
It's still the same exact energy because my teammates are in here, man. These guys are rooting for me, man. Everybody that's on that sideline as far as coaching staff and, the medical staff that we have alongside our camp, man. So it's still that same type of energy, man. We got to create our own energy in a lot of these places because, they don't have fans. fans. You know, we may go to a couple of cities that have fans, but majority of the nights is going to be like this. So I try to be the one that brings that energy. And just like I said, I hope my teammates do a great job of feeding off me, and usually they do.
All right, Trez, we appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, good stuff, Mike. Montrezl Harrell, let's talk him right off the bat, and then we'll talk a little LeBron as well. You guys mentioned the bench, 41 points. They were huge. Montrezl, 17 and 14, 7 of 13. It's those 7 offensive boards, too, James. And you talked about how he gets shots up so quick. He just knows how to use his body. He seals. He's got